Since I've been out of prison, I did get offered drugs in my hometown, in the pubs. Everyone in the pubs that I was going in the beginning seemed to have access to cocaine, and when I left for America in 1991, people went out and got drunk, but all the pubs weren't flooded with cocaine like it was when I got back. So, I was hanging out with the lads, some of my mates, and in one pub in particular, and some lads that kind of knew me and knew about my story were like, yeah, we know about you and all this, and come on, have some cocaine with us, we know about all your history of drugs. Basically trying to shove it up my nose. And in the end I was like, nah, I've learnt my lesson, I'm not going back to that. And I just had to be mentally strong, to say no, that I wasn't going to do it. And I started drugs because I thought I wasn't happy in my own skin. I went through a period of anxiety as a teenager, got on ecstasy, that went away, was dancing all night, talking to people. But prior to that, I was too self-conscious to dance, I go up to talk to women and stuff like that. But if you're happy enough in your own skin, you don't even need to be doing it. And I see all, people, I've even managed to stop drinking alcohol about 4 years ago, because I saw a guy who was out all night long. He was a fitness instructor friend of mine, he was the life and soul of the party, and he wasn't drinking. And I thought, you gotta be drunk to have fun on the weekends. There's no way you could do it sober. And I saw this guy out there every time. And I thought, alright, if he could do it, I can do it. And I tried it, and then I thought, yeah, now I can just have fun every night and not have all that hangover nonsense to deal with the next day. Okay, at the back.
When you came out of jail, did your parents forgive you for going to jail?
When I got out of jail, I had a long chat with my mum and dad. And, it's going to hurt them forever, what I've done to them. But they said they do forgive me. They realise, I was on this path and just of self-destruction and self-medication of drugs, and what they like now is that I'm here talking to you guys and going in the schools and helping young people see what that drug lifestyle can lead to. So they have said that they forgive me, but I could tell that it's something when you put your family members, your mum and dad, through something so traumatic like that, even though they forgive me, it's something that hurt them so severely. They're going to feel some of that for the rest of their lives, and that makes me sick to my stomach to think that I've made them feel like that. Yeah.
Do you have any brothers and sisters?
I have a sister who is a journalist in London. Yeah. Yes.
How did it make her feel? Her brother.
My sister, she had to go through some therapy, and she didn't speak to me for about a year. She felt my behaviour was all completely selfish and I wasn't thinking about my family when I should have been. She was right, so wasn't much I could say in my own defence. But since then, we're on good terms again now. Yeah. Yes?
Any near-death situations in prison?
Closest to death for me in prison was just that night I was going to kill myself. Yeah.
Have you ever I can't remember what I was going to say now.
It's alright, we'll get back to you, yeah.
What's the most amount of money you've had?
Most amount of money I had was when it was 1999, when the stock market was going through the roof. And I'd wake up and look at what my shares were doing, and I'd be up like 100,000 on one day. I was up like 100,000 just on that one day. I was like, this is...
What's the total?
Total was 2 million at the peak of it. Yeah. I know, I just spent it like crazy, limo rides all over the place. We'd just jump on a plane, me and my wife, and go clothes shopping in Las Vegas or in LA, Santa Monica Boulevard, Melrose and all this stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
What's the scariest story you've ever been told, ever heard or seen? What's the scariest moment?
The scariest story in Arizona prison is the story of Bonsai. He was considered the most deadliest prisoner ever. Bonsai came in on a 5-year sentence, I think it was, for a low-level crime like car theft. One morning, his cellmate didn't wake him up for chow, so he killed his cellmate. When the guard came along and said, "What's up with your cellmate? Why isn't he getting off his bunk?" Bonsai said, "I killed him because he won't wake me up for breakfast." And the guard said, "You're joking." He says, "No." And he pulled out his lighter and set fire to the guy's foot. And when he didn't move, the guard come in, saw he was dead. And he'd stabbed him to death, and he'd also stabbed the word bonsai on the body as well. After that, he was in court for murder, broke out of his handcuffs in court, attacked people in the courtroom, started attacking prisoners, guards, put him in super maximum security, stop him from attacking other people. He managed to, when he was going to the shower, throw products like hair gel products and stuff on his cellmate and set fire to his cellmate, not his cellmate, his neighbour, and his neighbour burnt to death, and the smoke from in the enclosed area almost killed a couple of dozen prisoners as well. He escaped, got on the roof where you weren't supposed to get on the roof in the super maximum security. In the end, he was considered so dangerous, they put a shower in a cell, put him in the cell, and welded the door shut. And the only reason they left him out was when he undid the door was when he finally got the death penalty and they executed him. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So it went from 5 years to death.
5 years to the death penalty. Yeah.
Just because how do you break up handcuffs?
People can break out of handcuffs. There's people in prison so dangerous they put them in 2 pairs of handcuffs and belly chains and ankle chains, and they have like SWAT team guards all around them when they take them to court.
Did you just have one pair of handcuffs?
Yeah, I wasn't considered that dangerous.
So did you get done just like apparently dealing drugs? Like,
Yeah.
is that what you got done for? You got like.
Well, it was considered serious because I had a lot of people working for me, and I had thousands of hits getting flown over from Holland into America. So I wasn't just hooking my mates up; it was a big operation. Yeah.
Is that story you just told? Like, is that actually true?
Yeah, the story of Bonsai is true. I had a cellmate who actually saw him and knew him. Yeah.
Do you consider yourself lucky?
Yeah, I consider myself lucky because I was facing up to 200 years. My mum and dad came up with some money and got my sentence down to 9.5 years. Otherwise I'd still be in prison now. And also because I got through it, I got in a few physical confrontations, but I never got any eyeballs knocked out or teeth knocked out or bones broken. So yeah, that really do consider myself lucky.
Did anyone ever threaten to stab you?
No one threatened to stab me. People threatened to attack me and stuff like that. And nothing escalated to the knife level.
Did you ever beat anyone up?
I knew where the shanks were buried in case I needed a shank. I didn't ever attack anyone for no reason, no. I mean, my philosophy was, I'm keeping myself to myself. If someone starts anything with me, you've got to stand up for yourself, otherwise you're a punk and everyone will attack you. So I only used self-defense. And that was before I knew, I do karate now. I've been doing karate for six years. But back then I didn't really know all the moves.